Hello and welcome back. My name is Vanessa from Wild Woman Bushcraft. Finally, the first snow arrived in the mountains. The sun is shining, the perfect time to start an overnighter trip into the mountains. Today I am close to a mountain lake and I want to visit a bigger cave here and had a great overnighter here in the middle of the snow. If you want, you can join me. So beautiful here and nobody's there. I see some tracks from shoes in the snow, and when I see tracks like this in fresh snow I always check the area around and spy if someone other is there, but till yet I can see nobody. So it is really quiet here, only the birds. I was here last winter for an overnighter, but there was much more snow. I had to walk with snowshoes and you can see nothing from the lake. It is completely covered with snow and ice, and yet we had not so much snow, but I enjoy it. No matter how much snow, the important thing is that we had snow, because winter without snow is not really winter for me. I will check out later the place on the rocks behind me, because maybe there's a nice place for the night. I think there's the sun for the longest time, and this is the place where the sun comes early in the morning. So I check it out later, but before I want to search for the cave. I love to walk over such frozen water and hear the ice cracking. I go up now to this hill because I was pretty sure that at this point the cave is, but I was wrong. I checked now the GPS and the cave is at the other side, so I had to go down again and up at the other side. The cave is up there, and I'm really happy now that I can see the cave and walk not here, only around. You can see there is no direct way, so I had to go over rocks and trees like here, but the way is not too long now. Looks like someone others practice bushcraft here, because there are those pieces of the branch cutting down with a knife. I am in. Let's check out the cave. What a nice cave. Very much space here inside. Maybe the humans at the Stone Age time also used this cave, because here are different places inside, many space. It is a little bit protected because it is higher than the other area. Maybe. But I will not sleep here inside. I always had a bad feeling when I am inside of caves, because it can always happen that the stones fall down and I cannot sleep well here inside. But it is just for a visit, really nice. This was a track from a deer. I know not that they use also such protected place. I don't thought that they will stay here, but the traces let me know it better. So I want to go outside now, into the sun again. I don't feel really comfortable here inside. Wow. I had no idea what this is, but it looks fantastic. Maybe it is some kind of mushroom. I don't know, but it looks really beautiful. I am again on the way, and now I go back to the creek that I see before. The creek flows directly into the lake, and I had today no water with me because I know there is the lake and inside of the lake is enough water. But here at the creek I think I don't even had to use the water filter. I will take a closer look to the water and check it. But maybe I can drink it directly out of the creek, because it came here, the water came here direct out of the mountains, and the water had no long way. It begins here and there cannot be much dirt inside, and if there would lay a dead animal I will also see it, so maybe I can drink it direct out of the creek. You can never be sure that water is really clean and it is safe to drink the water. I always filter my water only when I am in the mountains. I drink sometimes the water direct out of the creek, but not every time and not out of every creek, because you know never if someone up from you there had an animal pee into the water, or a dead wild animal is laying into the water and there came the flood of bacteria down and you don't taste it, you don't see it. So it is always better when you filter your water. I drink so much as it possible direct at the creek, and I filter the water into my bottles. Now my backpack is much heavier with the water and it's cold, and I am happy when I am now up there into the sun. I finally arrived the sun, yeah! And look at this amazing view. Isn't it beautiful? What a beautiful, magical place here. This is an maybe spot for the night. I will leave my backpack here and climb a little bit higher. Maybe there is more sun or it is more beautiful, and why not? I came back down here and build my camp here for the night. This beech tree looks very mystical. It had so many branches. I don't see a beech tree growing like this very often. Up there is definitely more sun, but there are not growing so many trees, and I think it is better to sleep downstairs, a little bit downstairs, because there grow more trees at a smaller space, so it would be safer if a storm is coming. I think not that the weather is going bad, but it is better if you had from the beginning on a safe campfire and a safe camp place. So I will sit down here and enjoy a little bit the sun, and then I go down and build my camp. Scheiße. I would love to sit longer in the sun, but it is a better feeling if I know that my camp is ready. So at first I build the camp, and later when the sun is already there, I can sit a little bit longer there and enjoy it. I cannot fix my tent here perfect because the underground is a little bit uneven and there are growing some young trees here, and the plane of the tent is on top of the young trees. But for me it doesn't matter, and I will cut those young trees here away because only I want to sleep here for one night. This isn't nature love, so the tent is not perfect today, but so I leave no trace and I protect the trees here. The tent, sleeping pad and sleeping bag is ready, and now I am hungry and I want to eat something, but not the dinner. I had original Bavarian sausages, Weißwürstel, with senf and Breze, and normally in Bavaria nobody eat Weißwürstel after 12 o'clock. But psst, nobody can see it. I had no time before. It is always nice to have an alternative for making food in the nature. So today I think I make no campfire. I had this gasoline cooker with me. It is perfect because this here fits perfect in my cooking set, so it needs no extra space. And I don't have to search firewood now. When I am in the mountains, I am happy when I had a gasoline cooker with me because I can be sure that I had something warm to drink and to eat, and when it is possible to make a fire, it is nice, and when not, I had the gasoline cooker. But today I am lazy, so I make the food with the gasoline cooker, and I don't use my good fresh water for cooking the sausages. I will use snow because I don't want to drink the sausage water after using, so snow is perfect for it. The sausages were amazing. Perfect, because you can really warm your hands with the warm sausage. And it tastes so good. The sun is away now and it is getting cold, but I really enjoy the sun now. I was not sure before I arrived here how the weather here is, because I checked some webcams, but these are only the ski areas, so they had there the snow machines and everything is white. I know that here is snow, but not how deep the snow is, and I packed my snowshoes into the car, but I don't need it here. I don't really like those ski sport areas. I don't like winter sports where the mountains are so massive damaged. They cut away every tree to make their ski and snowboard areas, and when you see those places in the summer it looks really ugly, and it is not the right thing to damage the nature like this. So if I do a winter sport, I like snowshoe walking, or I'm not know the correct English word. It is like ski, but with long ski, and you don't really drive. It is more a walk. We call it like long ski walking. So maybe you know what I mean. But this is nothing where the nature is damaged after doing the sport. Yeah. It is getting really cold now, and I had to move my body that I stay warm. I will make my second dinner soon to have again something warm into the stomach, and when it is getting dark I will make it comfortable into the tent. I think that the color of the tent is very good for the forest. What do you mean? I had for dinner something really simple. I had ready cooked vegetables, soup vegetables, cereals and soup meat, and I only had to put it into my pot, fill it with water, make it hot, and it is ready. Sometimes are the simplest things the best. Nothing better than a hot soup when it is outside cold. And when I cannot eat it complete, I fill what is over here in the clean canteen bottle. And this bottle, I make this bottle really hot here over the gasoline cooker, because then I can take it with me in my sleeping bag and it will warm me. And when I'm thirsty in the night, I can drink something warm. So it is really cold now, and I'm freezing because I sit too long here, move less at the same point, and this is bad because then the body will be cold. So I walk around the camp very often, but it isn't enough. So I eat this, and after making my hot bottle I will go into my sleeping bag. The noise that you hear was a deer. Not many people know that deers make such noises, and they are often afraid. Many think that this is a dog, but it is a deer. A few minutes before I go into my sleeping bag now, I put the hot bottle inside, that the sleeping bag is really nice and comfortable, warm when I sleep, when I go into it. And at first I will go with my complete clothes on into the sleeping bag because it is so cold. And when my body is warm again, I will remove the jacket and the trousers. I had a thermo trouser under the normal trouser, and then it will be very warm, and I'm really looking forward to it. I am now very comfortable in my sleeping bag. The hot bottle is just great. At first I warm my foot and now my legs, and it is perfect. Really great. Here are a lot of wild animals on the way, so I often hear noises, and I spend so many nights outside that I know which noise came from which animal. But when the snow is on the ground, the deers, for example, they go over branches. Normally they don't touch branches when they walk, but when the snow covered everything, they don't see it. And then they go over branches, and it makes a loud noise. And then my hairs stand up because I had to check from what noise came. But maybe it is later a little bit more silent, and I can sleep well then. So I go now deep into my sleeping bag and try to sleep, and we see us tomorrow morning. Good night. I think now a long time what I should do. It is close to 2 o'clock in the night, and I got no sleep till yet. It is quiet now and I feel safe here, but I cannot sleep and I don't know why. And fact is that I had to work tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And my plan was that I stand up tomorrow very early and enjoy tea here outside and go then back to the car. And I had a 2-hour drive till home. So when I am longer awake and get no sleep, I can't drive tomorrow. So I make the decision that I pack now my stuff, and I think I am ready in 30 minutes, and then I had to go back to the car. This also needs 54 minutes, and then I had to drive 2 hours home, and I hope that I can get a little bit of sleep at home. So let's go. Pack the stuff in the middle of the night in the middle of the forest. into the darkness. Let's go. Everything is ready now. I checked the place that I forgot nothing. In the darkness it is a little bit difficult to find everything, but I hope I had my complete stuff. And it looks a little bit silly how how my head is, because I had here different kind of hats that I had on warm neck in the night. It looks silly, but it is warm. So now I go back to the car, and it is a difficult way over branches and rocks, so I had to make full light. I hate full light in the wood, but this night I had no other chance to go out safe here, so I had to know where the way is and where I can make safe steps. Let's go. I am not afraid going alone through the dark forest now. It would be not in every forest. Sometimes I don't feel safe, but here I feel complete safe. Really sad that I had to go home now, but sometimes the head wins against the heart. It is the better decision. You can see nothing, but I can see a beautiful star heaven. In the mountains you can see the stars so good, and it is very cold and no clouds on top, so I can see them really nice. Sad that you not can see it. The street is very icy, and I'm not sure if the street down the mountain is salted, so it can be slippy for the car. I had to drive slowly and careful. This could be a difficult way home through 2 hours down the mountain and through the highway till I arrived home. But it will be fine, I'm sure. So we see us again when I am in the car. I had now the half of the way home and I'm really tired. I'm so happy when I am at home and can go into my bed. It is on sad end, but the trip was also beautiful, so I enjoyed a lot. If you are interested in my equipment, you find, like every time, everything down here in the video description. So thank you for watching. We see us again at the next video. Have a great time. Bye bye.